Okay, Shannon, thanks for coming in. I've just kind of been going over the notes and stuff from your kind of initial intake over the phone of why you wanted to come in, and I see that you have been having a lot of stress and overthinking. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Can you maybe tell me a little bit about the stress you're experiencing and how long it's been going on?
Yeah. I got engaged about 6 months ago,
Okay.
and ever since then, it's really just been really stressful for me because I have been doing a lot of wedding planning by myself, and it's just so stressful to think about the money and everything like that. And then on top of working over 40 hours a week, that's just a lot. And then also with my kids, trying to get them to school and then also, to sports and after school activities on top of work and on top of wedding planning. I'm just very stressed out and I get very irritable with all my friends and family.
Okay. So when you say you are overthinking, and that initial intake that you gave over the phone, what are you overthinking about the most? I know you've named a lot of things that are kind of stressing you right now. Is there any one thing that's stressing you out more than the other in that scenario?
I honestly think it's the wedding. Ever since I got engaged and have had to start planning the wedding, that's when I've noticed a lot of my overthinking happening.
Okay. Okay. Um, so if we had to pinpoint one thing right now, it would be the wedding is stressing you out, and then everything else is kind of falling into place with that. Is that kind of what I'm getting from you?
Yes, just
Okay.
because I'm super stressed out. I just worry, I overthink all the time about if we can have enough money or if we can afford to get married. Am I spending enough time with my kids because I have to do every other thing else? And do I work too much? Could I even afford to work less so I can spend more time with my kids? I just constantly am overthinking about X, Y, and Z, and if anything's feasible at this point. I feel like everything's overwhelming and I can't do anything. I'm stuck.
Absolutely. Okay. So, first off, I want to thank you for coming in. I know I kind of said that initially when you came in, but after hearing all the stressors you have, it sounds like you have way more things to worry about than coming into the session. So, the fact that you came in and are willing to sit down and kind of figure out what's going on with you and how we can help you is great. But based off of kind of some of your symptoms and things you're reporting, I like to use something called a Subject Units of Distress scale. It's also called a SUD. You may have heard of this before. So what it is it's a scale and it goes from 0 to 10, and it kind of just checks on how distressed the situation is affecting you. Like, how distressed are you from this particular series of events? So it goes from 0 to 10. So 0 would be it doesn't bother you at all. 5 would kind of be in the middle of 0 to 10, and 10 would be, this is bothering me so much that it's affecting my everyday life. I'm so stressed out, it's hard to function. It's all I do is overthink. So I'm going to pass you this scale, and I just want you to kind of circle yourself where you're at between 0 to 10. Okay, so a 9?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Absolutely.
So you're really overthinking these things, and this is really taking a toll on you right now.
Yes.
Okay, Shannon, that's great. I appreciate you being honest with me on this. So what I like to do with these scales is I like to kind of assess maybe like every few sessions just to kind of check your progress and how you're doing and how I'm doing as a therapist and how we're doing as a team to try to get your symptoms down a little bit to where you're not feeling out of 9, Eventually, I'd like to see you down more on the functioning of a 1 or 0 if we can get you there. So I will keep this, and I will keep track of how we progress throughout our sessions together. Something I like to do with my clients is kind of let them put themselves in a place. And that place would be if you were to wake up tomorrow and all of your worries were gone. Like if you woke up and you weren't stressed about the wedding and whatever else that you're stressed about, your kids, your work schedule, what would you notice differently when you woke up in the morning if all of those were gone?
I think the main thing I would notice is that I would already be married. I wouldn't have to worry about any planning. I would have more help with my kids, or even my work schedule would just be a little less restrictive. That way I wouldn't need as much help with my kids.
Okay, so kind of some of those initial stressors we talked about, those will kind of be diminished a little bit. And I really like how you used I statements, so that lets me know that, you know, you can become in control of some of these situations, and these are things that you need to try to gain control over. So using I is you gaining power of what's, you know, affecting you a little bit. So the fact that you're able to decipher between the two of I, and what you can do versus what other people do that bother you, this is going to be very beneficial for you in the future, because that lets me know that you have that want to kind of gain the control and power of kind of what's going on with you. Another thing that I think would be really beneficial for you is next week is to maybe do like a thought record of when you notice yourself getting so stressed and overthinking. So when you come back, we can kind of see what points of the day are you getting so stressed and how much are you overthinking. And then this will kind of like help us move forward on kind of trying to set some goals for you. Is that something you'd be open to doing?
Yeah, I think I could definitely do that.
Okay, so you keep track of that. When you come back in next week, we'll reassess, and then we'll start to work more towards like goals and stuff moving forward, okay?
All right, thank you very much.
All right.